Barbara Belmont here, holistic stress reduction practitioner. And today I'm taping myself again, and I hope to do this for using the belief code, as well as using the emotion code and body code, perhaps. And what's exciting today is I am going to do this on some anxious feelings I have about getting to the airport on time, getting my bags checked in, getting it first starts out getting there on time, getting a parking space, getting my bags checked in, and then getting to the gate. So years ago, I did this EFT, emotional freedom techniques, and I tapped on every part of the airport experience because I had, a semi fear of flying. I had these very high anxiety feelings. And I tapped on I used EFT on all those experiences. And now that I have the belief code, I'm wondering, in regards to this piece about getting there on time, getting checked in, getting the proper bags, all that, getting to my gate, whether or not because I have this, and when I think about it, I have some anxious feelings. So I wanted to, before we get going, and as you know, the holistic methods we're talking about are alternative and complementary healing modalities intended to release trapped emotional energy in ways that promote harmony and balance within and promote physical and emotional well-being. These modalities are also not a substitute for medical, psychological, or therapeutic advice from a licensed healthcare professional. So I start off with that, with that disclaimer before we get going. So thank you for tuning in and watching this. So we're going to be, as I said, we're going to be doing it on this about getting to the airport. And I wanted to use the ring on ring method, which it's all explained in the level 1, as well as the emotion code book put on by discoverhealing.com. So I'm going to I'm testing myself, talking to my subconscious in regards to, do I have a belief system? And I'm asking what I call the healing team, if I have a belief system that's connected to these feeling anxious about getting there on time, getting a parking spot, getting my bags checked in, and I get a yes. So, and as you know, I'm going to share the screen. We're going to go right in there. And as I'll just pick up one of these. So it's one of these type of belief systems. So is it a basic? Is it a split? No, I'm getting no. Is it a parallel? No, it's a tangled belief system. And those of you who have seen me do this before, these are shared negative programs, shared limiting beliefs, writing down what I need here. So, and I have a faulty core belief 1, faulty core belief 2, and maybe a faulty core identity, or faulty core identity 1 and 2. So if you look at this tree, the leaves here are the negative programs. The trunk is the limiting beliefs. And faulty core belief, which 1 and 2, we have 2 of these. This is the root of the tree. And if there's a faulty core identity or 2 of them, is this the dirt or the soil around the roots, which is the faulty core belief. So just want to explain that for those of you, and many of you know, I mean, I've done this before, but I'd like to show it on the screen for people who've never seen it. So let's see. So we're in the belief code, and now we know, and I wrote down, I need to find shared negative programs, and you can have up to 4 of those. Shared limiting beliefs, and you can have up to 3 of those, as well as I said, the faulty core belief and the faulty core 1 and 2, faulty core belief 1 and 2. So I'm gearing in. Do I have a belief system? Yes, it's tangled. So it's going to be very interesting because I'm going to be traveling soon. And I'd like to reduce my my goal is to reduce those anxious feelings that I have in regards to getting to the airport on time, checking in and all that. So, we're going to start looking for a shared negative programs. Is that on the left side? No, it's on the right. Power, a survival. Left, right, safety. I'm not surprised here. So it's in safety. And when you look at these, you'll see the survival belief relationships. You can read that on the screen. It will have, everyone will go to today. It'll have these connections and you'll be able to see what those are. And of course, we're talking about the belief. You can read that out to you. But we're talking about these are held by the subconscious mind that is something is true or false, right or wrong, and is the filter through which life is viewed and experienced. Beliefs represent a broad and absolute truth created by self-conclusion, suggestion, or inheritance. So just want to read that on the screen here. I'm going to go to the negative programs. I'm looking for, negative statements, sorry. So looking for the shared negative programs. So it's odd, no, it's evened. So it's section 4, I get a yes. It's an even row. So 2, 4, 6, I'm afraid. Okay. And 4, 6. All right. So that's the first. Of course, that just makes total sense. We're dealing with anxious feelings in regards to flying and all getting there on time and all those things that go into it. So now I'm looking for if there's another one. Is there another shared negative program? There's not. So there was only one. Now I'm looking for a shared limiting belief. Left side, yeah, divine. This is in regards to insight. Left side. This is body. Okay. And again, now we're looking at the insight belief relationships, and you can see it on the screen here. The glands, the muscles, the system connection, and Maslow's hierarchy. So I make note of that. And anyone when I work with somebody and they are on Zoom usually, and they can see where we're going and they can make those connections. Okay, so it's in one of these statements. So we're going to the negative statement and we're looking for a shared limiting belief. 1, 2. So it's in section 4. 5, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I will never be skinny. Oh, well. So 4, 10. So that's a shared limiting belief I had. It's interesting. Do I have another shared limiting belief? I do. So then what we do is we go back out. Left-hand side. No, it's on the right. This is in power. This is about performance. Get a yes on that. This is affecting these areas here, the solar plexus, chakra. Look at all these the gland connection, muscle connection, system connection, and Maslow. I'm looking for the negative statement that's a shared limiting belief. So this is the second one. So it's in either of these 3 sections. Is it 1, 2? So it's number 3. Is it an odd row? No, it's an even. So 2, 4. So interesting. It is impossible to do it right. So that just makes so much sense to me. So that's section 3, number 4. And I want to write those down because if we need to do a positive one, then I want to make sure I'm in the right area. Because my subconscious may need that at the end. So we've already done the steps of finding out what kind of belief system it is. Now we're filling it in. And then I keep going. Is there another shared limiting belief? No. Now I'm looking for the faulty core belief, number 1. The root. So remember, there's 2 of them there in this tangled belief system. Left side. Insight. Wonder which side. Okay. This is in boundaries, education. This is in intuition. So we're looking at these insight belief relationships with the brow chakra, the glands, muscle is none known, system connections, and the Maslow. Okay, it's interesting. So we're looking at the faulty core belief, number 1. It's in one of these sections. This is section 2. Two, 4, 6, 8. I don't have intuitive abilities. So that's a faulty core belief. Just want to make sure I'm the right, and that was in my intuition. Okay, this faulty core belief number 2. Go back to the home screen. And as you know, we've been doing this for some time. This follows the 7 chakras. So it's very interesting. It's very nice how this is set up. Left-hand side. So that again, we're in insight. Okay, it's on the right side. This is in regards to boundaries. So we're back in the insight. It's the same belief relationships as I did before. So you can see that on the screen. And there's 2 sections. So it's in section 2. Two, 4, 6, 8. If I set boundaries, people won't like me. All right. Now, do I have a faulty core identity? I do. Is there 1? Is there 2? No, there's just 1. Then I'm going to go back and check to make sure I have, if there's any more shared negative programs, just to check, as well as the limiting beliefs. So I have a faulty core identity. Upside. Again, an insight. Going on the left. No, right. This is back into intuition again. section 3. Even, so is that 2, 4, 6, 8. So says it's in a odd, it's in a even row. Is that inherited? No. So what does, I'm not getting anything, which happens sometimes, and I want to make sure I'm hydrated. It's one of the reasons why sometimes the muscle tussing doesn't work. You need to drink more water. All right. We need more water? No? Okay. Try again. Odd row. Is it in section 3 here? Yes. Odd. No, it's an even. 2, 4, 6, 8. I don't trust my ability to muscle test. Okay. Is there another faulty core identity? There's not. I just wanted to check that. Is there another shared negative program? No. Another shared limiting belief? No. So now we have the setup there. And I just want to read them back. I'm afraid. Why is that? I will never be skinny. Why is that? It is impossible to do it right. Why is that? I don't have intuitive abilities. Why is that? If I set boundaries, people won't like me. Why is that? I don't trust my ability to muscle test. Interesting. So those are the tree, the tangled belief tree. And now the next step. So that first step, determining what kind of belief system, finding all the different beliefs. And now I'm going to, let's go to the emotion code. Start there. And I'll ask, is there any trapped emotions? No, there isn't. So what I'm doing, this step, is that I am looking for the imbalances that are contributing to these beliefs, that have been giving these beliefs power. And we want to disempower them. Once I determine those, we release those, I release those, then I go back to the beliefs, release them. And then the last step is to clear the subconscious gap. So we're at this stage here, left-hand side, energy. It's on the right, allergy. This is a reverberation. Left. So I have an organ communication. So it's either an organ or a gland needs help. So sometimes an organ will ask for attention because it's vibrating at a negative emotional frequency and feeling the negative effects of that emotion. Is it an organ? It is. So I want to determine that first. What organ is it? Is that on the left? No, it's on the right. Is that a bladder, gallbladder, heart? This is my kidneys. Now, is it on the left? No, it's on the right. So my right kidney is needs help and hasn't been able to process an emotional vibration. But when we look at the kidneys generate the following emotions. This is important. So blaming, dread, fear, horror, peeve, conflict, creative insecurity, terror, unsupported, and wishy-washy. I like to look at the organ to see what they generate. It's helpful and it just makes sense here to me. So I want to go back to that reverberation. Okay. Now, but I want to go to the emotion code chart because this is where we determine the frequency that my right kidney hasn't been able to process. So is it in the A column? No, it's in the B even 6. So it's in B6. It's one of these 5. Okay. So this is shock. And then I'll just go back over here to the body code again to where the organ communication. And then what I'm going to do is going to be helping my right kidney process the emotional vibration of shock. All right. And I just swipe 3 times here. Intention to help the right kidney process the emotional vibration of shock. Any other imbalances that are giving these beliefs power? Yes, left side, it's in the energy column. Left side, post-offensive, mental. It's a mental energy of some sort. Left side, a will to. This is a no will to energy. This is going to be interesting. And so it's normal to have the will to do and feel things that are healthy. But it is possible to develop and trap a unique frequency of energy when one loses the will to do something, even if that is experienced temporarily. So the energies in this category often come from long periods of sadness or hopelessness, or from being too overwhelmed with life, with physical discomfort. And we're down here is a chart, and let's see if it's could be on this chart, one of these, or it could be something else. Is it on this chart? I get a yes. Is it in A? No, it's in B. Odd, even, B2, B4, B6. So is that okay? So no will to be protected. That's interesting. Kind of see that. All right, now that I've determined that, our intention is release this no will to be protected energy. Oh, now when I cleared that, I have this just feeling like my body's just getting more relaxed, even though I wasn't tense in any way that I'm aware of. Because these energies are in your energy field or somewhere in your body. So some of us can feel it as it's being released and others cannot. And that's fine too. Okay, any other imbalances that are giving these beliefs power? Yeah, it's in the right side. This is a misalignment. We have many different types of misalignments. Left side. So this is what's called a common misalignment. Left side, skull. Okay. I love this because it just gives you all the different bones that are in the skull. It's on the right side. So, and I'm not surprised here because when I have a massage, I really love to have my occipital, or however you pronounce that bone, I like that area rubbed. So what this is saying that a bone, which is right behind the skull there, right in back here, there's a misalignment. And I don't ask for the associated imbalance, by the way, because the associated imbalance are actually the beliefs themselves. So now our intention is to realign this bone, the occipital bone. Any other imbalances? I get a yes, and I just keep going until those are gone, cleared out, and realigned. Left side. No, it's on the right. So another misalignment. Left side, it's on the right this time. Is that the skeleton? Left side, no, it's on the right. So it's the axial skeleton. Interesting. Left side, vertebrae. The vertebral column. You know what I'm talking about here. So, and left hand side, sacrum and coccyx. So I have this worked on a regular basis, and it's really improved those two. So it's this bone here. Right. I'm just going to, our intention is to realign the coccyx bone. Any other imbalances? Yes, left side, energy. Left, it's on the right. It's an allergy. Is that on the left? No, this is on the right. It's an idea allergy. You can have an idea allergy to anything at all. And these are created when the subconscious mind makes a faulty or negative connection with the particular idea. Any thought, emotion, concept, event, action, person, place, or thing. This idea is considered to be a problem by your subconscious, and a negative response or reaction of some kind will occur when this idea is encountered or could be encountered in the future. These symptoms may range from subtle to extreme. It could be self-sabotage, emotional reactivity, getting upset, avoidance, phobias, and even stress-related physical symptoms. Stomach ache, headache. And I can see how because this is where my anxious feelings, I get it in my chest, gets tight. So the beauty of this, there is a chart for those of you know or don't know. Down here, is it in this chart? Column A, B, it's in C, even C2, C4, C6, curiosity, nope, contentment, gratitude, excitement, success. Do I need to know anything else? No, I don't. Our intention is to correct the faulty connection with the idea of success. Thanks for hanging in, everybody. This process does take a little time, but it's well worth it. Any other imbalances? I do not. I'm getting a no there. So now I'm ready to release the beliefs. Yes. Any other beliefs that we need to be aware of? No. All right. Releasing the following. I'm afraid. Releasing, I will never be skinny. Releasing, it is impossible to do it right. Releasing, I don't have intuitive abilities. Releasing, if I set boundaries, people won't like me. Releasing, I don't trust my ability to muscle test. So I have no idea where these came from, but I can guess on some. I know one of the things I've struggled with when I'm trying to, because when I'm in that anxious state, when I get to the airport and I park and I get my bags and I go to get my tags and so that I can check them, I have to go and have, you do it by yourself and you go to the machine. And even though it's giving me the instructions, my brain is not, because I'm anxious feeling and I'm not like following the directions and it bothers me. And so I can see I had, this is impossible to do it right. And I've had to have people come over and help me. And I want to be able to do it easily, gently by myself. I don't need to have, but it's that anxious state. And remember, those of you who follow this, is that I'm in an anxious state. So my amygdala is fired and therefore my cerebral cortex is not working. So my brain and the thinking brain isn't working as well as it could. So we want to calm that down so that I can be present in the airport. I can get everything done just easily, gently, just get it done. So, all right. So now we cleared those. We cleared the imbalances. Do we need to replace any of these? So that last part, as you know, many of you who do this belief work, belief code work, the last part, this last step, and it's either to clear the subconscious gap. Now, what's happened is I had this set of books, there's gaps on my library shelf, and we either had to replace some of those books or just clear it. And so I'm just going to do what it says here on the screen. All right, our intention is just to remove the subconscious gap. Okay. And that completes the session. And if I was thinking what I could do here is like, okay, these anxious 10, I'm just doing the numbers, like 10 would be the most, 9, 8, 7, 6. So I have a 0, like there's no anxiousness, and I don't feel any anxiousness because I will be flying soon. And so I don't feel that, and we'll just see how it goes. My test will be, I get to the airport, I'm able to get my ticket for my car, make note of where my car is, get to and do the check-in, getting my bags checked, and then get up to the gate. So, and see how easily that comes. And I will write on this whether or not I notice a difference. It can be very subtle. And sometimes I find it's over a period of time that I might notice it more. So, but we'll see. And our intention is just to focus on that and see, because I did have this belief system and I've been carrying it for a long time and it was ready to be released. So thank you for hanging in there. So anybody who wants to talk with me personally, please go to my website at barbaraebelmont.com. I offer free consultations. And at this time, I am adding where I can do some testing on you with your permission to see where your heart, if you have a heart wall, whether or not we can do some on your finances to see where your abundance mode, whether you're in lack mode, where those numbers are, as well as your relationships. As well, we have connection mode as well as isolation mode. I can see where you are on that I'm adding that as a bonus in our talk, but I may not be the right person. So please go to discoverhealing.com. They have a list of practitioners all over the world that are there and they're trained, and you can see which ones that you like. You can work with anybody around the world, actually, because we do mostly on Zoom. I do anyway. Some people just do it by total remote sessions, and I do that occasionally, but I like to see and talk with the person. So I'd love to hear from you, so please send that message and I'll be glad to talk to you soon. So have a wonderful day. And I hope you please like this. I really appreciate that, as well as any comments that you can make, because I've come a long way since I started taping these, and I really appreciate it. I can see that growth in myself. My clients are loving it and loving what I've added and what I can do for them. And I'm so grateful for that, for helping them. So have a great day. Be well.